Hello everybody. Disclosure videos begin today. I want to share something that happened to me yesterday over the last couple of days that I know is foundational to this series of videos. This is the Mr. Rogers part we're going to start with. Mr. Rogers makes you feel safe. Okay, so there's a lot of information out there. There are a lot of spins. There are a lot of very passionate voices. There's a lot of vitriol. There's a lot of excitement. Who do we believe? Who do we trust? And one of the people that I trust was was talking about somebody, talking some shit about Trump actually, and saying we can't trust him based on his past track record. And because I've been a little bit out of the loop, I was like, oh my God, the foundation on this awakening on which all this rests has been called into question. Who is he? Are we going to have to shoot him immediately after he drains the swamp because he's a bad guy? And so I went into a little turmoil, and so I took a jog this morning, listening to In Pursuit of Truth and Praying Medic. Really good QAnon analysis. Anyway, so my guides finally said, you need to sit down and meditate. So I did, in this beautiful location. There's a river, a highway in the background. But anyway, what came to me in my meditation, so what I do is I connect with the creator beings. I go straight to source. Sometimes I ask Jesus to help me. But anyway, went to source, which is really right here. And I was shown the image of like maggots or bugs feeding on a carcass, and then suddenly this incredibly beautiful moth or butterfly appears, and out of all of this, and it had a peacock eye on the wing. And I realized that peacocks transmute poison. We're feeding on the carcass of the dead state. Yeah. And it's like we transmute the energy, and then we turn into these incredibly beautiful beings that are attracted to the light, the moth. And then they just closed out my little meditation by saying, we love you. And they're like, put your hand on your heart and say, I am. I am. How do we find safety in the midst of unknowns where it's kind of scary and we really don't know what's going on, and how should we feel and how should we believe and yada yada? Well, you know how you should conduct yourself is with kindness, in your little world, be the light that you are. But when there's fear afoot and we don't know what to do, it's like a warrior on a, going through the jungle, like, where do I go? What do I do? Who's the bad guy? How do I know? Just picture him sitting down and putting his hand on his heart and praying and just saying, I am. I am. This is how we make ourselves feel safe, is that you reaffirm and you reassert your connection to source, to love, to that which transcends all of this drama. And that is our foundation. Our foundation is not Donald Trump. I think he's a good guy doing the right thing. In fact, I was told that he's a walk-in, which makes everything fall into place. So his past record, same with Putin, their past record doesn't tell us what they're up to now. And just test it out with your intuition. That's step 2. Make yourself feel safe. I am of source. I am loved. And then number 2, if you're checking out some piece of information, test it with your heart. Do your research, think critically, be willing to let go of rigid beliefs, but also just stay with what feels right. So that's their first disclosure video. And from here on out, when I talk about Q, I will say the number 17. I might make the shape with my hands, but Facebook is going to be censoring anything about that letter. Love you guys.